Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 16th through the 22nd. We have Mercury stationing direct on Wednesday this week. Can we say hallelujah? We've got Mars that stationed direct last week, and we have Uranus stationing direct at the end of the week following that new moon that we're having in Aquarius. It is a Cassimi new moon. It's very powerful. I actually did videos special for the new moon, so if you're looking for that information, that's coming out this week. For you, you are an air sign. It'll come out for you on Wednesday, so you can be on the lookout for that. So your overall energy this week, you have the moth and the fairy. And the moth is about having boundaries, but trusting yourself and moving toward the light. And the light is what interests you. What do you find interesting? You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to defend yourself. You need to decide and discern that this is something that feels good to you, and so you're going to move toward it. And then the fairy also says to trust your instincts and to have fun. And so what are you doing to have fun? What interests you this week? And so kind of as this energy starts moving forward, you may not necessarily understand exactly where everything's going. The clarity is still coming in this week, right? Mercury station direct doesn't mean everything's cleared up. It means things are clearing up. It means things are going to begin to move forward. It means we're heading in the right direction, and we have the opportunity to start seeing things and understanding things. And you have a beautiful lunar trine that happens on Friday, the 20th, that will help you to ground this energy and really use it. But there's this opportunity this week to really figure out what you want. And that energy on Friday is a really good day for brainstorming. So I highly recommend, if there's someone that you can talk to and make some plans with, that you schedule a little time with them that day just to kind of kick around some ideas, because the sun moves into Aquarius that day, and that being a fellow air sign day, I think that's when you start to really feel the energy start shifting in your direction. It is definitely about figuring out something. We have the Three of Scrolls here, which would be like the Three of Swords, except that it's not. It's not. It's a different kind of a deck. It's the Chrysalis Tarot, and it's at a fox. And a fox is always about using strategy. And so I almost feel as though some plan, some strategy, something you had, especially because the boundaries card shows up, some information you had received was inaccurate. And I almost feel like you're like, I knew that was wrong. And you're being asked to trust your instincts. Oh boy, are you ever. Oh wow. Okay, I'm excited about what I just noticed on here. Okay, so here, the key to the situation is we have this acrobat. This is the Page of Stones. So this is moving forward. He's not very grounded. He's flying through the air. So he would be like the Page of Pentacles. But he is choosing with joy and this curiosity and this versatility to move forward. It feels more like the energy of the Fool than it does the Page of Pentacles. So something that is interesting to you, something that you want to choose to focus on. Be versatile in your thinking about it. When you have the monkey there, the monkey always says to watch out for the tricksters, though, right? And so even though it's about working together, because they are very much a community animal, they're saying nitpicking. Interesting. Okay, so they will groom each other, but it is the nitpicking. And so it's the little details. It's about paying attention to the details. As Mercury starts to move direct, the more you focus in on the details, the more things will become clear to you. How do you transform the situation? You have the Ace of Scrolls or the Ace of Swords, so the clarity starts to come in, and this magic here. So we have the two keys, and the keys here are like the keys that the Hierophant would have, but they're more like the keys of listening to your inner wisdom and your inner knowledge. The scroll here is got ancient information. And so it's about what you know from the past. What have you already learned, and what are you learning in the future? And so educating yourself and getting the information you need. The crow, the magic, but he's calling in the magic. And so you'll want to call in your own magic. Call in your own magic from what it is that you have learned along the way. And it has been a little bit of a struggle, I could see from some of these cards, but some of these cards are so great. So you are currently in this Five of Pentacles energy, this Five of Stones. Okay, so what is interesting to me is that you got the card, the fairy, and this is a little fairy that's sitting there, and she's being very protective. And this card of the moth says sensitivity, boundaries, and turn to the light. And so you are being encouraged to lift your head up and look around and see what the opportunities are and what brings in the joy and what brings in the satisfaction. There has been some kind of a setback because in the area of the struggle, you have the Six of Spirals, this sense of victory, this sense of I accomplished something, and I feel like you hit a roadblock. And with all those planets that have been in retrograde, especially, I think that would make it very complicated and very difficult energy. And Libra, over the course of the next 2 years, you're going to be undergoing a major transformation in which you need to be willing to step away from what doesn't work to move toward what does. You have to let go of ideas and ways of looking at things and ways of thinking about things that don't serve you any longer. They may have in the past, so that doesn't make them wrong. I just kind of feel like you're outgrowing them. You've got the south node getting ready to move through your sign. And this is going to bring up and change and release and let go of a lot of things. I mean, that's going to happen. Your willingness to participate in this by choice, choosing to be analytical about what works for you and what doesn't, and releasing and letting go, will make this a successful transit through your sign. And we're always looking for success, right? So in the area of what's draining your energy, we have the Phoenix. And so when that's in the area of what's draining your energy, it is the death to get to the rebirth. It's hard. The letting go part is hard. But when you have the Phoenix there, that is a promise of great things to come. And you have these pages. Okay, so you have 2 pages and an ace. It is a new opportunity, a new beginning. Ooh, you have the Hierophant. Okay, so here are the keys that you generally would see with the Hierophant. And this Hierophant, though, it's the divine child. It's the new opportunity. It's the new creative thing. It's the new learning, the new knowing of things. And you're being encouraged to remember what you already know and be willing to learn new things and apply those things in a way that really benefits you, because you're focusing on, thank goodness for this, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Stones, the having it all. This is this little girl here lifting up her head and using that wisdom to manifest and create for yourself what it is that you want. And in your heart space, here we go, the Page of Spirals, which is like the Page of Wands. It is the mime, but look, he's getting ready to set off on a new adventure. And so I think that in order to get to your rising up energy, you have to be willing to let some stuff go in order to move forward. So here, Ace of Swords, you have 2 keys. And at the end of this week, we have the 7 of Scrolls. And you're standing at a door. What option are you going to pick? Which key are you going to use to open that door? And so I think that overcoming your fear of not getting it right, it's okay. There's 2 doors. I feel like it's important to understand and to note that as we move forward in life, when we make choices and we choose and we head off in a direction, you're never off your path. Sometimes you're learning things in a very, so it's kind of like the scenic version of it. So you could go in a straight line to get from A to B, but it's about the journey. It's about what you learn along the way. It's about the knowledge and the wisdom that you gain and how do you use that to bring joy and happiness into your life. So there's no wrong path, but sometimes they're just a little more long and winding than maybe you would have thought. You got a lot of advice coming in here from Spirit. So look. You have the fogged in with the rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present, and go slow, taking your time, right? And so this Ace of Swords says that it's clearing, right? And one of these cards literally, and I can't remember which one of it said, Even if you lack clarity at this time, you are making progress. And trust your feelings to guide you. And so, like this ship that's moving through the water of your emotion, trust your feelings. Move slowly. Allow yourself to heal from whatever this Three of Swords was, this disappointment, whether it was a financial setback or a relationship setback, something where you thought you knew it was going on and then it turned out to not be the case. And so there's this need to integrate the lessons that were learned. And so it's about lifting your head up. And one of the reasons why you're struggling to be the phoenix that rises is you have to lift your head up. You have to look around, and you have to not judge yourself. I think quite often we judge ourselves so harshly because we think we're supposed to be so smart, and it's all just learning and growing. And if you can allow yourself to set yourself free to fly forward and take on this new adventure and be willing to be new again, right? To be of a beginner's mind. And the Seven of Scrolls, this is a strategy in choosing your way forward based on the wisdom and the knowledge that you've gained along the way. So in the first part of this week, it's about taking it slow. It's the rejuvenating rain. That moon's going to move into Capricorn on Thursday, right after we get that Mercury moving direct. And also on Wednesday, when Mercury moves direct and it's in Capricorn, we have the Sun in Capricorn conjuncting with Pluto. And I really think that's this card of judgment here. This is Phoenix rising from the ashes. And so this is about not judging yourself so harshly. I almost feel like what's holding you back is the harsh judgment that you're placing on yourself. And I think as that moon crosses over with Pluto there and they come into conjunction, I think it's a real opportunity for you to evaluate that it was a learning and growth opportunity and call in your magic and choose to say, okay, I learned something here. It wasn't easy, but it was valuable. It wasn't easy, but it was valuable. Because when that movement was into Capricorn, you have the card of unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with the infinite, and therefore you have complete access to unlimited ideas, divinely guided to bring things in. Do the work. This is the year where we do the work. If we do the work, we get the reward. It is not enough to dream or to pray. You've got to take positive action steps. You got to lift your head up and choose the next path, right? You really do. No one can do that for you. And so how do you do that? It comes with the words of abundance and focus on your priorities. So a really good mantra will help you to get up. And so I have everything I have more than enough, and there's more on the way. I choose to move forward toward joy and abundance. My life is a journey in which I grow and I learn and I find joy. There are so many different, you'll have to figure out for yourself what the words are that they bring to you and really sitting in the silence. We have a new moon coming up at the end of this week. So sit in the silence and come up with the mantra that really resonates with you. That is the new beginning. That is when we get to all really shoot forward. All these planets moving direct, new moon, new lunar new year in the Chinese Lunar New Year, new energy. New opportunity, and you have all these new things happening here with the pages and with this ace. And so it is time to turn the page. And so focus on your priorities. So how do you do that? You have to establish what they are. And when you establish what they are, then you use these words of abundance. A good mantra is always worded positively. It starts with I am. I am, by the way, is the key. I am opens the door. I am. I am, they're magic words. So I am, and then you decide. When you say I am an idiot, I am stupid, you're creating that. Don't do that. I am abundant. I am clever. I am capable. I am intuitive. I am whatever it is. I am on my path. My path is beautiful. Whatever it is that you choose to use for your words, choose them carefully. Have them in alignment with your focus on your priorities, right? What is your priority? What when you get to this time next year, what do you want to say you accomplished? What was the most important thing? And that's your intention. And then you align your actions with that. And those actions for you need to start with a really good mantra. It's almost like a mission statement for the year to help you, to guide you along the way. Can't encourage that enough. You have the card of innocence with that new moon. This Hierophant is the card of innocence. These pages are the cards of innocence. This is the divine child. This is not the wise old pope sitting there declaring everything. No, this is the innocence of a child, because in the innocence of the child, we are the most wise. And so this wisdom that you're seeking here, it's already within you. You just need to identify it. And it is in the beginner's mind that you find it, in your ability to rise again. And so the card of innocence, take time to play. That's what the fairy card said. Take time to play. I shine my light with playfulness and pleasure. If you're looking for an affirmation, you could start with that. And this one here says, I focus on the light. Your priority is to focus on your priorities, and I focus on the light. And the light is what brings you joy and what brings you happiness. Nurture your inner child and live with a childlike sense of wonder. It is the beginner's mind. Begin with the beginner's mind. Have that childlike innocence and interest and curiosity, and then you'll know which door to open. The one that seems interesting. The most interesting one, that's the right one. Kids don't stand there wondering if something's going to hurt them. They're like, ooh, door, let's go. Which one makes you feel that way? All right? Oh, I wish you guys so much luck. You guys take good care. I'm on Facebook every day. Be on the lookout for your new moon video, and I will talk to you again soon.